Well, good morning, everybody. This is my Sunday morning walkabout, and today I want to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to talk about faith. Boy. Believing the promise without having seen anything that would be considered the evidence. You know, Abraham believed the promise when the Lord told him that he would be the father of many nations, yet not having seen anything in his old age that would even suggest this. As a matter of fact, at the time, Abraham's only son was Ishmael, the son through Hagar, which was his wife Sarah's handmaiden. Yet when the Lord told Abraham that the son of a slave woman could not be an heir, that he would have a son, him and Sarah, at 100 years old, he believed the promise, not having seen any of the evidence. Sarah, of course, being in her 90s, laughed at such a folly of having a son at 90 years old. Abraham himself was 100. But having faith, he believed the promise. And why I want to talk about faith is that's what brought me to the Philippines. I've mentioned before, if you had told me, 2-3 months before I came here, that I would eventually be moving to the Philippines, I would have looked at you with this crazy look that would have said, you've really got to be insane. There was no even first thoughts of moving. And all at once, and what do we call it? Do we call it coincidence? I would like to call it faith. Do we call it personal choice? Again, I would like to call it faith. Because in some small measure, I believe the promise without having seen any of the evidence. How about that Montana pine beetle? Who would have ever thought he was going to come into my property there in Montana? Whoever thought that when I put my land up for sale, when there was absolutely zero market for it, that would even sell? But yet, in less than 30 days, it not only sold, but for the exact price I was asking. Who would have guessed that as I searched the internet looking for somebody to meet, that I would find a young lady from the Philippines that just stood out above the rest, and not only decided to fly here, but within a very short time decided to move here. Was faith my guide? I don't have any questions whatsoever that it not only guided me, it pointed me in a direction I really had no intention of going. A lot of people out there would call that coincidence. A lot of people would call it, well, that's your personal choice. I call it faith, because I believed in a promise before I saw any of the evidence. And now that I'm here, and I've been here for a number of years, every year that I'm here supports the idea that it was faith. It was faith that brought me here. It was through faith that I met Beth. It was even through faith that this land became available. Through faith, some people would call it hard work, that turned this land into a garden and a farm paradise. Easy to call it hard work. I would call it faith. It is believing in the promise without ever having the evidence. And now I look around me, I have the evidence. I could base it on that. I still base it on the faith that I have. When I come down finally to deciding of what this faith is all about, people will say, well, you can have faith in many different things. And I'll agree. There are many religions out there. There are many non-religions out there that people have faith in. There are many causes that people have faith in. Where does this all lie? It's having faith in the truth. Or you could be, as Pontius Pilate said, what is truth? As he questioned Jesus. Yeah, and that's what we've come to today. We question the truth. We will also question the faith. So I kind of leave you as I kind of walked around my property here. What brought me here was faith. How I sustain myself is faith. How Beth and I move forward is through faith. So I'll kind of leave you all with that. As I think you all know, I'm a Christian and a very religious person. And I just wanted to give you a background of what brought me to the Philippines and what brought me to Beth. People say miracles don't happen. Oh, I question that every single day, because this whole life I'm leading is a miracle that somehow was never supposed to happen, and it has. And it's been a life every day that we both lead through faith. So I'll let you go with that. I've kind of come back to the beginning here of my walkabout. So I'll leave you with those words. Just be careful what you choose as the foundation of your faith. With that, I'm going to say from behind the camera, everybody have a really good day and a good Sunday. And God bless every single one of you.